Well, hello and greetings from Northern Michigan. This is Bob the Science Guy. Today's a little extra for you. I had a debate, if you want to call it that, with Nathan Oakley this morning, and I'd like to play some highlights from it. Now, mind you, this wasn't a formal debate. This was just me trying to trigger him a little bit to see if I could get him to make some really stupid statements. And quite frankly, I wasn't disappointed. Now, one thing that was kind of interesting was the fact that he turned up his volume as soon as I came on. Here's a screenshot of the video clip. It starts off relatively subdued, and then when I get on about a third of the way in, you notice all those yellows and reds? He turned up his volume because he was planning on shouting me down the whole time. So let's go ahead and cue up the song and have a listen to this dumpster fire. Well, good morning. How are you guys on this glorious morning?
Very well.
Well, we're ready to manipulate the independent variable in a scientific experiment, Bob. You understand how that works, right?
I might figure it out. I said you don't always have to do that. But,
yeah, you do if you want it to be counted as scientific.
I don't accept your definition of science.
I don't think you know the definition of science.
Guess not.
What's the definition of science, Bob?
I'm not here to answer definitions.
So what are you here to do?
You want to chat or don't you want to chat?
We are chatting.
What are you here to do, Bob? You're a fake scientist and you push fake science.
Well, You're welcome to call me names. I'll avoid doing that with you.
No need.
No, I'm not calling you names. I'm saying that you practice fake science.
Well, that's your opinion. That's fine.
Well, can we test that opinion? What's your best scientific evidence for the spinning ball religion?
I don't have a spinning ball religion. So although I started the conversation off with nice pleasantries, he immediately went into the name calling, and that accumulated up with him calling science a religion. I decided on this debate I wasn't going to allow him to trigger me in any way, so I'm not responding.
Do we spin once a day,
Yes.
Bob?
Yes, we
How do you
do.
know that? How do you know that?
It's measurable, I just told you.
Oh, measurable. What measurements have we taken to show that the Earth spins?
Oh, let's see. What would you like?
Can I have scientific evidence that we spin for axial rotation?
I'm asking you to state the evidence that you will accept.
Scientific evidence.
spin.
That's the second time I've said it. Do you need me to spell scientific evidence out?
What do you consider scientific evidence that the Earth spins?
You present it, and I'll rip it a new asshole.
I'm not going to present it. I don't present.
Oh, well, then piss off.
evidence.
Well, then what the fuck are you doing here? Piss off then.
You tell me what you want.
What am I asking for? I'll say it really slowly. You are called Bob the Science Guy. Shockingly, I would like science from you. Specifically, scientific evidence that we spin. Did you understand
All right,
that?
but before we're going to do that, Nathan, you're going to tell me specifically the criteria and the test that you want to see.
You've asked me what standard and I'm about to tell you. Now you have to shut up. So, systematic experimentation backed by a hypothesis.
I don't need that to make a measurement.
He's right. He doesn't need that for a measurement. So what is it you're
All
going to
right,
measure?
I can measure it. I can measure the spin of the Earth with a gyroscope.
Oh, can
Right.
you?
So
You think that's measuring Earth spin, that tool?
A gyroscope measuring 15 degrees per hour? Yeah, that's measuring Earth spin.
Can you put it into a logical syllogism for us, please?
No.
We would like to understand how your claim of a gyroscope proves Earth spins.
It's a measurement.
Yeah.
Know the
Just
difference,
saying
Nathan.
it's a measurement doesn't explain.
gyroscope
It's not a logical
actually does
syllogism.
Is it a
Well, if you're on the
physical
surface of
gyroscope
the-
or is it a gyroscope based on light? Is it a physical one?
It's a laser gyroscope.
Oh,
Measures
it's a
15
laser
degrees.
gyroscope.
So explain it
You
to
have a
us.
problem with that?
Just explain it to us. I haven't got a problem. You haven't explained
Doesn't
how
work
it
the
measures
same.
Earth spin. So explain it.
All right. A laser gyroscope measures 15 degrees per hour spin. Okay, so
That's just an
it's
assertion.
a light, not a physical matter. So now you're going to change the goalpost.
Yeah, light
That's
is not
fine. We'll go on
physical
to the
matter.
next
That's
one.
correct. You got that correct. Light is not physical
All
matter.
right, that's fine. So you're not going to accept that evidence, okay? What
Yeah,
evidence
because
will
it's
you
not
accept?
physical matter. The Earth is not light. The Earth is physical
Ah.
matter. That's
So
right.
now you're
And
changing.
you're
You're
claiming
changing the
that the
standard of
physical
evidence.
matter
That's
of
fine.
Earth spins.
Sorry,
So
I asked for
bring
scientific
physical
evidence.
Okay, well,
matter
you don't
proof.
want to accept light. That's fine.
I
What else
wanted
would you like?
science. I wanted science. You've got science in your name, and you've immediately said, I'm not going to give you that. And then you've said, I'll give you a measurement, and you haven't. You haven't explained
I
how
gave
it's
you a
measuring.
measurement. That's
How
a-
is it
A
measuring?
gyroscope is a measurement. You don't want to accept it. That's fine.
You've just declaring
That's
that it's
not
a
my
measurement.
problem.
Just declaring something as a measurement does not make it so, unless you explain how it works and what it's measuring. That's why.
Okay, so they asked for a measurement of the rotation of the Earth. The best way to do that, of course, is with a gyroscope. I presented that, and then they immediately said, well, if it's a laser gyroscope, it's no good. Now, a laser gyroscope, of course, is used in an inertial navigation system, which navigates aircraft and is designed specifically to locate a point on the Earth. But because I was able to present that, then they suddenly changed the criteria and the goalposts to try and make that somehow not good enough. Now, when I point this out, Nathan's only choice is to turn up his volume and start shouting over me.
Okay. So what else would you like?
A logical syllogism for the gyroscope example and how it proves Earth spins.
The gyroscope won't work because it's light, and that's not matter, because now you've got matter as a requirement to be a measurement.
In gyroscopic setting, how that actually works? Well, if you're going to do that with light, it's not the same thing. That's the
Okay,
whole
so you
point.
won't accept it. That's fine. I'm okay with
The only
that.
thing you're
What else
proving
would you
is
like?
that the ether is rotating, okay?
There's no such thing as ether.
I don't care what you
But
declare.
that's
I've just said
fine.
it doesn't
Yeah,
prove
that's
it.
fine.
So
We'll
who
go on to
cares?
something else. What else would you like?
I'd still like you to give us a logical syllogism for how
I'm not going to.
You're talking over me. So we will disregard then your claim that a gyroscope proves Earth spins because you won't explain it to us.
I already have.
Oh, well,
but
good for
won't
you.
accept
Well, then
it, and
I'm
that's
sure
fine
all
with
the
me.
audience are completely convinced. Well done. A job well done, Mr. Science.
Not a problem. What else
Just
would
to
you
be
like?
clear, that's sarcasm. You haven't given us a logical syllogism. You refused. So you haven't explained it.
I've already explained to you that
Yeah,
it's a
just
laser.
declaring that you have isn't giving us a logical syllogism. You refused. So stop declaring you've proven something. You haven't. You've not given us science. You've not explained how a gyroscope gives you measurements. You've done nothing.
That's fine.
No, it's
That's
not fine. You haven't proven anything.
Fine for
You
me.
failed.
All right. What else would you like? Weight differentials based on latitude. Will you accept that?
No, because it's a logical fallacy.
Okay. Sunrise and sunset. And the
Also
pattern of
requires
light. The lighting
presupposition
cloud-
of an
the
Earth
underside of
being a
clouds,
sphere.
for example.
That's a logical fallacy also. You have to presuppose
How
your
so?
outcome.
How so?
It presupposes its outcome.
How does it presuppose its outcome?
You tell
I'm
me how
asking you, the pattern of light on a mountain can provide evidence of the rotation of the Earth.
Explain how.
Certainly. On a spherical Earth.
So you've already begged the question, you stupid retard!
All right. You want to go with spherical Earth then?
Excuse me, you've just used a logical fallacy.
Do you wish to go with spherical Earth, Nathan?
Excuse me, you've just begged the question. On a spherical Earth, you said. Your first words were to assume your outcome. That's fallacy, you stupid idiot.
All right.
Okay, despite all the childish name calling and such, let's unpack what Nathan just did here. First, we're going to repeat the question as stated by Nathan Oakley.
Specifically, scientific evidence that we spin.
So the question is very clearly one of rotation, not of the shape of the Earth, not of the color of the Earth, not of whether the water is wet. It is specifically related to the rotation of the Earth. So the evidence being presented is for rotation, not for shape, not for anything else. No sooner does the evidence for the rotation come out than Nathan starts screaming about a globe. The equivalence would be asking the color of a golden retriever, and me coming out to give a definition of what a golden color would look like, and having him immediately interrupt with name calling, saying that I'm presupposing it's a dog. The fact a golden retriever is a dog is not part of the question. The question was the color of the dog's fur.
Idiot.
All right. Fine. Do you want to go with spherical?
It's not fine, it's a fallacy, you stupid retard.
You wish?
Not
Look,
fine.
you can call me names all you want, Nathan.
You are demonstrating that you have no science and you only have logical fallacy. I have pointed out that it's a logical fallacy, and your reply is to say, okay, fine, it's not.
All right.
No, not all right. Yeah? That's not you conceding your fallacious argument. It's you saying, okay then.
Actually, it's just me having a little fun with Nathan, seeing how triggered I can get him. He wants to play logical fallacy games and I don't bite.
Not.
No, I stated that it's a spherical Earth. Now, you're questioning that. Would you like to go with proof of a spherical Earth?
That's what we're asking for.
You know, if you ask for evidence of rotation, there are certain things that go along with that. All right.
What?
A flat Earth doesn't rotate, does it, Nathan?
Sorry, that would be an argument from ignorance fallacy. How many more fallacies have you got?
Actually, an argument from ignorance fallacy is when you know nothing about a subject, yet you express an opinion on it.
I've
The
got
flat
all
Earth
of them,
does
man.
not rotate.
So don't worry
So
about
are
it.
you going to now challenge me to disprove non-existence? That would be called an argument from ignorance
Happy that
fallacy.
you want to prove the spherical Earth right now? We'll go ahead and do it.
Yeah, your best scientific
gonna
evidence
cite-
for the globe, please.
I'm going to cite air routes and shipping routes over distance as proof of the spherical Earth.
How does that prove the
Let
spherical
him break
Earth?
it
Done
down.
on great circles,
Sorry, great circle.
and that is only possible on a spherical Earth.
That's a begging the question fallacy again.
Now here's the funny part of this. Nathan doesn't understand what a great circle course is, and he doesn't realize the trap that I'm laying for him. A great circle course is the shortest distance between any 2 points on the surface of a sphere. He seems to think that this is just a point A to point B distance, and he's going to try and make the argument that just because point A to point B is X number of miles, therefore the Earth is a sphere. That's not what I'm doing. What he doesn't realize is that I'm demonstrating this right here. We have 4 cities on the Earth that have a set distance between them. In order to make lines and courses line up between those 4 cities, those courses must be great circle courses and curved. They will not fit on a flat surface. The very fact that the shortest distance between any points on Earth, anywhere on the Earth, is a great circle course mandates the surface of the Earth is the surface of a sphere. There is no other geometric shape that will cause this to happen, as it does on Earth. Therefore, the Earth is a sphere. Notice in his responses that Nathan doesn't understand this in any way, shape, or form.
So you've
It
just
is-
done it in reverse. So you've put your assumption at the end of your statement rather than the beginning, and you think that isn't begging the question. We've had nothing but fallacy. So Bob the Science Guy's not very appropriate. Bob the Fallacy Guy would be much more appropriate.
That would be
Oh,
perfect.
Nathan, you can call me names all you want.
You
No.
honestly haven't said
You
a
have
thing since you got
used
here, bro. to be
nothing
honest.
but
All right, now,
logical
The
fallacy
proof of
so
the spherical
far.
Earth is that the shortest distance between any 2 points is a great circle route. Now, that can't be on any shape other than a sphere.
False equivalency fallacy.
It's not a false equivalency fallacy.
That cannot be done on any other shape but a sphere. So you're saying, if it's a sphere, then it will work. You are possibly the biggest fundy zealot we've had so far. So you're just going to declare that the Earth's a sphere,
You
then
haven't
not prove
listened
it.
to anything, have you, Nathan?
If the Earth is a sphere, then we will see shorter distance of travel between X point and Y point. We see a shorter distance of travel between X point and Y point, therefore the Earth is a sphere. That is called an affirming the consequent formal logical fallacy.
It's the route that you take to get to that point over the surface of the Earth is a great circle course, and that only occurs on a sphere.
Okay, so once again, Nathan simply doesn't understand what a great circle course is. A great circle course isn't a short distance between 2 points. A great circle course is a very specific course with a specific route over the surface of a sphere, and as a result, you get the shortest distance between any 2 points. It's a curved route. On a flat surface, the shortest distance is a line between 2 points. On a curved spherical surface, the shortest distance is a curved line. See what that means in real life. If we plot a straight line between these 4 cities of the distance between those 4 cities, we can't make this fit on a flat surface. The lines must be curved in order for the mileages to work out. The very fact that on all locations on the Earth, the shortest distance between 2 points is a great circle course of a set radius confirms that the Earth is a spherical body. There simply is no other geometric shape that works.
Between any 2 points is on a great circle course, and that only occurs on a sphere. Therefore,
He just keeps doing it. He can't help himself. Yeah, you keep repeating your logical fallacy, dickhead. Keep doing it, because it'll make
fine.
it better if you keep
Nathan,
repeating it.
do you always just like to call people names? Are you 12?
No, what I do is demonstrate, using their own words, how stupid they are. And
And that, ladies and gents, is what I just did. I just demonstrated Nathan has no idea what I'm talking about.
You use.
Okay, that's great. That's fine. All
Why,
right,
why
so
are you
can
talking
call
over me again?
names.
I was
I'm
in the middle
big
of a
boy.
sentence, Bob. Do you have verbal diarrhea? Are you a stuck record? Do you think that by repeating this logical fallacy 5 more times that I will suddenly accept it as proof?
I don't care what you accept or don't accept, Nathan.
That's what it actually is, as opposed to great.
All right, Nathan, go ahead.
Yeah, I was.
You can go ahead and carry on like that.
I am.
Carry on.
Now, you see how I used his technique of interrupting and then giving him permission to continue? That was to disrupt his thought process, and you see I completely derailed him. I did that just for fun.
Okay, well, yeah, you can take your logical fallacies and do with them whatever you wish, Nathan. I don't play that game. All right, so let's look at 6 different ways, perhaps, that we can tell the Earth is spinning. Okay, the first one is sunrise and sunset and the pattern of light on mountains and tall buildings and clouds. Now, the second would be weight differentials based on latitude.
I've already gone
which are
through that. That's a
measurable.
logical fallacy.
The third is
Hello.
star
Hold on a
trails,
second.
which
Hold on a second.
demonstrate
Hold on
a
one
north
second.
and
Hello,
south
Monkley. How you
celestial
doing? Can you hear me?
equator, or celestial pole
Bob,
and
you have
equator.
verbal diarrhea. Bob.
Yeah,
Hello,
the
Monkley.
next one, let's see. The next one would be the
I have to
Foucault
kick this guest
pendulum.
out because Bob literally cannot shut his mouth.
I'm answering a question, Nathan.
Yeah, I already explained. The weight differential thing is a formal logical fallacy. If we experience weight
so?
difference... Yeah, you're going to talk over me again, right?
No, I'm going to ask you how so. You stated it's a formal logical fallacy. I'm calling you on it. Tell me how it's a formal logical fallacy.
I formulated it for you. If the Earth is a sphere, we will experience weight differences as we travel from the equator.
Now, at this point, I corrected Nathan's lack of comprehension, and he began screaming and yelling. So, since he tried to shout over all of this, let me go ahead and explain it. The weight differentials by latitude have absolutely nothing to do with the shape of the Earth. They have to do with centrifugal force due to the rotation of the Earth, which is the question that we were answering. But because his script, his only source of knowledge on this, was to talk about the globe, he tried to somehow relate it to the globe. It has nothing to do with the globe. It has to do with the rotational velocity of the Earth.
Go right ahead, theater major.
Yeah, you don't need to give me permission to talk on my own show, you arrogant piece of shit. Thank you. I will continue, hopefully uninterrupted, to explain again for the second time how this is a logical fallacy. If the Earth is a sphere, number one, that's a begging the question fallacy, then we will experience weight changes as we move from the equator. That's if P, the Earth is a sphere, then we will experience weight changes, Q. We do experience weight changes, Q, therefore the Earth is a sphere. P, that would be an affirming the consequent formal logical fallacy.
All right, my turn. May I have your permission to
that?
speak? Great, Nathan.
Could you not bypass it and actually confirm that you heard that?
Yeah,
And got
I
it?
confirm that I hear it. All right, Mr.
What do
Theater
you think
Major.
about
First
it?
of all,
What do you
weight
think about it?
changes by latitude have nothing to do with the shape of the Earth. They have to do with rotation. If you actually had any science background, you would know that. Now, the reason the weight changes based on latitude is the distance and the angular speed compared to the equator. Now, the closer you are to the equator, the less things weigh.
Sorry, what's the
closer
equator?
you are
I'm
to the
sorry,
poles,
just
the
to
more they
interrupt. I'm
weigh.
really sorry, Bob. I
Because
just need
of
to get some clarity
rotation.
on terms.
You're interrupting
I'm sorry,
me,
yeah,
Nathan.
because I need to understand something you've said. What's the equator exactly?
Okay, it's been 20 minutes and we've finally managed to get through great circle courses. We also tried to get through proof of rotation. There are at least 6 that I started to mention but kept constantly getting interrupted, so we got about as many of those in as we could. Now Nathan wants me to explain to him what the equator is and how the system of latitude and longitude works. He wants to know if they are physical lines on the Earth. Now we're already well over an hour into this, and I've tried to edit it out where Nathan's screaming over me and interrupting to try and get the actual points that are being made. I'm going to take a break now and make a part 2 on this, and we're going to go over trying to get Nathan to understand the basics of latitude and longitude in the next episode. While I don't personally drink, I'm thinking about starting after having to deal with this idiot today. So, this is Bob the Science Guy. I'm going to sign out for right now. We'll do a follow-up on this in a few days. Take care.
This rabbit hole's too deep for me. Feel my brain getting real sore.